Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about them Phoenix Suns getting beat 116 to 104. No Anthony Edwards, no problem for the Minnesota Timberwolves to win by 12 against a really good team. The Wolves go to 42 and 27 and 23 and 12 at home. The Suns go to 39 and 30 and 17 and 17 on the road. Phoenix still wins the season series 2-1 since they beat them twice before this game. They don't see each other again into next season unless somehow they match up in the playoffs, which doesn't seem likely, but you never know with over double-digit games still left. Phoenix won the first quarter though. 39 and 36. They lost the second quarter 28 to 24, the third quarter 28 to 23, and they lost the fourth quarter 24 to 18. Good defense, good stops, and good finishes for the Timberwolves in this fourth quarter to be able to win it. Royce O'Neal, single digits, 29 minutes, 9 points. He went 3 of 6 from the three-point line. That's all his field goals. Did a good job keeping the ball moving. Had 2 assists. He had 2 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers. And he had 3 steals. So he was being the 3-and-D guy out there, and it was working for him. And they like what he does. They like what he brings to the table, and he's a good fit. 4 personal fouls and a +4 and plus minus. Godaro, he ended up going 7 of 12 from the field. For some reason, he kept getting good looks and kept getting open throughout the entire game. And he also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Had 16 and 10 rebounds. So a double-double for him. 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 3 steals. He had 8 offensive rebounds, which means he was working his butt off in that paint to be able to make a big difference out there. He also had 4 personal fouls and was a -6 and plus minus. Devin Booker, he took a lot of shots that he thought he was going to make, but that's not what happened. He went 1 of 7 from 3 and 11 to 27 from the field. They ran a lot of their offense through him. They really thought that he can get them over the hump. It didn't really lead to efficient offense from him or from the team in this one, unfortunately. But he did have 34, which ended up being game high for both teams for individual players. He did have 6 rebounds, also 3 assists, only 2 turnovers. He had 4 personal fouls as well as the other 3 guys, and had 1 offensive rebound, was a -3 and plus minus. Kyle Gillespie, he missed good looks. He went 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line for 12 points. He did have 7 assists though, so he kept the ball moving and he kept trying to find his teammates. He had a nice drive that he finished. Other than that, he made his 3 threes and missed everything else. He did have 4 rebounds and a steal. 1 personal foul was a -10 and plus minus. Jalen Green was driving to the basket. Other than that, his jump shot was a little broken too on this one, and the finishing wasn't where you would like it to be. He went and got 9 points in 27 minutes, went 3 of 17 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. They needed him to have a way better game if they was going to win this one, but it didn't happen, so they lost. 1 rebound, he did have 5 assists. He did have 1 turnover. He took a lot of shots, had the ball in his hands a lot, but he didn't turn it over a lot. That's good. He also had 2 steals and a block, no personal fouls. It was a -3 and plus minus. Isaiah Livers, he played 1 minute. He ended up doing nothing. Haywood Highsmith, he played 9 minutes. He's made a 3, missed a 3, had 2 rebounds and assists, no turnovers. All his rebounds ended up being offensive, and he was a -8 and plus minus with no personal fouls. Ryan Dunn played 17 minutes. He had 7 points. He went 3 of 3 from the field and made a 3, which was his only one. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, and a block. 1 of his rebounds was offensive, and he had 2 personal fouls, was a -10. And plus minus did a good job of getting to the rim and finishing. Rasheer Flemings was able to make some threes. He went 2 of 4 from 3, finished 3 of 7 from the field, meaning that he missed a couple shots from the in between the rim and obviously the basket. But still a good night. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 rebound, 1 turnover, and 1 steal. His rebound was offensive. He had 3 personal fouls and was a -11 and plus minus. Malawatch was able to make a shot from the perimeter, but then he went 1 of 3. From the paint, he went 1 of 3 from the field, so he only had 2 points in 12 minutes. He did have 2 rebounds, no turnovers, and a steal. two personal fouls. One of his rebounds also was offensive, was a -2 and plus minus. And then Jordan Goodwin played 24 minutes. That was the most off the bench. He had 3 points. He went 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Not his greatest night. He had a bad one the other night too, but he did get 8 rebounds. That was the most off the bench. He also had 2 assists. That was the most off the bench. He had 2 steals. That was the most off the bench. He had offensive boards, 3 personal fouls, and finished as a -11 and plus minus. And then Bouye played 1 minute. He missed his only shot, and he didn't do anything but that. And then you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Julius Randle really stepped up and he scored in the paint. He was able to play a little defense too. And he was able to knock down his threes and be physical and attack the rim and get to the free throw line. He went 10 of 13 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the 3 point line, 10 of 17 from the field since he hit a couple of jumpers. He finished with 32 points. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 5 personal fouls though, and he had 2 offensive rebounds, was a +8 and plus minus. I mean, you would take it if he gets 5 personal fouls. You ain't gonna be mad because of everything else that he did. Jaden McDaniels did a good job defensively and a good job finishing with transition and hitting some shots in the half court, whether it was a layup or a jumper. Sometimes in a game. 37 minutes for him, 16 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 7 rebounds and 4 assists and no turnovers. He also had 3 steals and a block, 3 offensive boards, 5 personal fouls, and was a -4 and plus minus. Just a good game. He did so much for the team. Everything they needed him to do, he was able to get it done, and he did it at a high level. Rudy Gobert had 19 boards. Like, they had problems rebounding. They had problems just guarding the paint, the Suns did, and he was one of the reasons. But he went 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, came close to getting a double-double in those 37 minutes that he played. But he also had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 4 blocks. So good defensive plays, good defensive closeouts by Rudy Gobert. He played his role, played his part, and had 8 offensive boards out of the 19, and 11 of them was defensive, closing out those possessions is something you have to do, and he did a good job of doing that for the Timberwolves tonight. He was a +2 and plus minus. Dante DiVincenzo, 28 minutes. He went 0 of 8 from the field. He finished 0 of 6 from 3. Could not make a shot out there. But he did have 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and a block. So he did everything else. You just hope he makes some in the next one. 1 personal foul and was a +3 and plus minus. And Dosunmu, the guy that we knew was going to have a big game in that starting lineup, and he had a good one. He had 19 points, went 9 of 17 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He did have 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a +11 and plus minus. Kyle Anderson was able to use his slow-mo ability to get close to the basket. He had 7 points, 3 of 4 shooting from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, which means he misses only 3. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 5 boards. That was the most off the bench. He had 6 assists. That was the most off the bench. He had 1 turnover and a block. No personal fouls, and was a +12 and plus minus. So he was using his handles to get close to the basket, using his playmaking to help his teammates to score baskets, and he still was trying to guard to the best of his ability. And then Naz Reid went 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 5 from the field. Did a good job of getting to the basket and splashing a 3, even though he missed the other ones. He did have 3 rebounds and 5 assists, which was good. The best thing he did was get 4 blocks, which was really good besides the 11 points. And he had a turnover, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, and was a +10 and plus minus. And then Bones Highland gave them the best scoring off the bench. He took the most shots, though. He had 14 attempts and had made 8 of them, so that was good. He also went 4 of 8 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line for 22 points. That's big. Like, they needed that performance from him, unless this is a different game. But since he showed up and played well, they ended up getting the win. He had 2 rebounds and 5 assists, 3 turnovers and a steal. He also had 4 personal fouls and was a +18 and plus minus. The Suns shot 97 field goals, which was 13 more than the Timberwolves, but they only shot 38% from the field, while the Timberwolves shot 51%, which is really good. And then 32% from 3 for the Timberwolves, only 35% for the Suns, which was better than the Timberwolves. And then the Timberwolves shot 72% from the free throw line, but they took 29, while the Suns took 23 and shot it at 74%, which was only 2% better than the Timberwolves. 49 rebounds, though, for the Timberwolves, only 40 for the Suns. 28 assists for the Timberwolves, 25 for the Suns. 16 turnovers for the Timberwolves, 11 for the Suns. 13 steals for the Suns, only 8 for the Timberwolves, and then 11 blocks, which really helped them win this game and stay in it, and help the Suns shoot poorly and give them some possessions too. And like I said, the Suns got a couple because of the steals also that they ended up getting. But the Timberwolves have 15 offensive rebounds. The Suns had 17, 34 defensive rebounds for the Timberwolves, 23 for the Suns, and then 20 personal fouls for the Timberwolves. And then the Suns had 23. And like I said, the Timberwolves did shoot five. Well, they ended up shooting 6 more free throws, and they ended up shooting a worse percentage though by 2%. So good game from both teams. Very, very competitive, very fun to watch, but a lot of misses for the Suns. A lot of wide open shots that they couldn't make. A lot of things got picked off. A lot of shots got blocked. Got beat up a little bit physicality wise, and they got beat up on the glass. And that's just something that the Timberwolves can do to you. And it ended up working enough for them to get good looks, get more opportunities, more chances to score, more chances to get easy looks, and that was just too much for the Suns tonight, and they ended up losing this one because they just got out hustled and out effort by the Timberwolves, and then they got out executed a little bit too because of the effort that the Timberwolves was putting even to get open looks or create them, and they was able to do it better than the Suns to be able to get the win tonight. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up, y'all stay good, peace, and I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.